Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens is finally here after 10 years. Heck yeah!
I was raised to do one thing. But I've got nothing to fight for.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kolton, and today I'm here to review the most anticipated movie of the last 10 years probably. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. It has finally come out. And I have finally seen it. And wow. Boy, there's a lot to talk about. But to let y'all know, this is a spoiler-free review. So if you guys come in here thinking you're gonna find out what happened to Luke, how he plays in this movie, or anything else really about the story, about the new villain, yeah, those are all considered major spoilers. So sorry. I may do a spoiler review. Yeah, I probably will do a spoiler review later next week, maybe on Monday. But today, this is a spoiler-free review. And coming with a spoiler-free review, there's not much I can tell you about this movie, because when I went into this movie, I literally knew nothing. I actually didn't even know the story. Pretty much not even the plot. I was like, what is the plot and story of this film? I have no idea. I mean, besides from the official trailer that told us something, after that I refused to watch any TV spots or any clips from any scenes that they put out from the movie. I refuse to watch any of it. I refuse to read anything anyone posted about Star Wars. I refuse. So, going to this movie, I absolutely knew nothing. So, I'm going to give you guys the exact same experience. So, if you have not seen Star Wars The Force Awakens yet, go see it, because there's really not much I can say. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens is directed by the one and only J.J. Abrams and stars Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, and Andy Serkis, and Anthony Daniels as C-3PO, of course, and Peter Mayhew, I can't say his last name, as Chewbacca. I had to look those names up on IMDb because I didn't know how to say a lot of their names. Now, there's not much I can actually tell you about the story, but I'm going to tell you what I can that's really based off the trailers. So, here we go. Our character, Finn, who is played by John Boyega, is a new stormtrooper in the New Order, which is pretty much the Empire 2.0. Anyway, he sees some stuff that he's not really sure of, and then finally he says, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, and he escapes. But in doing so, they shoot him down, and he lands on this planet called Jakku. When he crash lands, he runs into our main character, Rey, who's played by Daisy Ridley. And so now, together, they're trying to escape the Empire, and while doing so, they run into Han Solo and Chewbacca. And now they're all starting off on their grand adventure. And that's pretty much all I can say about the story, because anything else I can say is spoilers, like major spoilers. Dang. So let's go ahead and talk about the characters real quickly. Let's go ahead and talk about our main character, Rey, who is played by Daisy Ridley. Ridley, I think that's her last name. I'm not sure. I may or may not be saying that right. Anyway, Daisy, played by Daisy. She did an amazing job. I mean, an amazing job. If there's ever gonna be a lead female character in Star Wars, it's her. It is her. She did an amazing, phenomenal job. So, I was a little skeptical, you know, saying like, okay, let's see how they're gonna do her. No worries, she just did an amazing job. Great, I can't wait to see what they do with her in the next 2 films. John Boyega, who plays Finn, he did another amazing job. You could tell in every interview for Star Wars that he was so excited to be in this film, like super excited. Like, why wouldn't you? Any Star Wars fan would be so excited to be in the Star Wars film. And he did an amazing job. His acting is great as well. You can really see his terror on his face when he's like, I don't want to be a stormtrooper anymore. Like you can see his emotion. There's even parts in this film where you don't even see his face and you can feel the emotion through his helmet. You can feel that. It's like great. That is great directing and acting right there. Well, not acting, but great directing and shot and cinematography right there show that kind of emotion. Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe in this movie, who plays the best fighter pilot in the galaxy. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, Han Solo's the greatest fighter pilot in the galaxy. Well, apparently not anymore. I'll get into that a little later. But anyway, Poe is now the greatest fighter pilot in the galaxy, who is for the Resistance. And the Resistance is pretty much, like you guessed it, the Rebels 2.0. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. It's pretty much the same old formula. New Order versus Resistance. Anyway, back to Poe. This guy is awesome. This is a guy you could literally just go hang out with and have a blast. This guy, you would want to be his friend. Like, you would want to stick with Poe. This guy is just one of the most awesome dudes ever. He's like one of my favorite characters in the movie, actually. And I didn't get to see enough of him. I wish I did, but what screen time he had, I love this dude. This dude was just amazing. Great, did a great job. Great job. And where would the Star Wars films be without our original characters? Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia, and Luke Skywalker. Now, sadly, I can't talk about Luke Skywalker because his role in the movie is a major spoiler, and I won't talk about that. I'll wait to talk about it in the spoiler review. But until then, I have to keep my mouth shut about Luke. Sorry. Now, what my main concerns about Han Solo, Leia, and Chewbacca when going into this movie is, are they just going to be cameos? Are they just going to be shoehorned in this movie just to bring the new characters into Star Wars? And okay, like, these guys are fine. We're handing the torch over. These guys are your new protagonists now. So we're handing the torch over them, and we're going to step back. Yes and no. That is the role, but Han Solo plays a main role in this movie, which surprised me and loved. Han and Chewie both play a huge role in this movie, and I loved it. Now, I'll let you all know, this was not Harrison Ford trying to be Harrison Ford dressed up as Han Solo. This is Harrison Ford being Han Solo. Exactly. This guy gave it his all for this film. He was Han Solo like we remembered him back in episode 4, 5, and 6. It was awesome, and so was Chewbacca. This whole film with them in it just made you just have a huge nostalgia, remembrance, emotion for nostalgia for the past. They did a great job. Han Solo, I'm so glad they had way more for him in this movie than we all actually thought. Leia, on the other hand, she is not really shorthand in this movie either. She is here for a specific purpose as well, and I'm glad that she was in this movie for the purpose that she served. It was great seeing her again, and I can't really say anything other than that, because other than the shot you saw when Han was hugging Leia, there is a reason behind that. So, nothing else said about that. So anyway, Han, Chewie, Leia, all work excellent in this movie. Now let's go ahead and talk about Kylo Ren here, which isn't much I can talk about because mostly anything big about this dude it's another huge spoiler, which I can't spoil. I can't do it. So what I can tell you is, for one thing, he is not a Vader 2.0. That's what a lot of people have been saying. Oh, this guy is just going to be another Darth Vader 2.0. Just saying. No, this guy is not. He is a different villain, and the way they did him was great. I love the way they did him. You can really see where he's coming from, and you can actually, you know why he's doing this stuff. Like, you know, like okay, I see where you're coming from. You just, like, it's not one of these villains, like, you just don't care about him. It's like, okay, he's just here to do some bad stuff, and that's it. We don't care. No, you actually care about this dude, and I'm looking forward to see what they do to him, with him, in the next upcoming 2 films. So, Kylo Ren, yes, he is a great Star Wars villain. Great. Absolutely fantastic. More about him in the spoiler review. And of course, other characters such as BB-8, which is the new droid in the Star Wars franchise. This guy is so cute. This guy is real too. I had no idea how they made BB-8. No idea. But it looks amazing. A real prop. A real robotic prop on this, a real set. I'll talk about that for a second. After BB-8. Anyway, BB-8 is just a cute little droid. Now, not as fantastic as R2. Come on, I'm sorry. BB-8 kid does not have that level that R2 does. Sorry, BB-8. Maybe you will in the future, but right now R2 still has you beat. Anyway, the way they have BB-8 in this movie, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to see BB-8 in the next 2 movies. And of course, C-3PO and R2-D2 are also in this movie. And that's all I can say about them. Now let's talk about the sets here for a second. The sets look amazing. Everything looks real. Unlike the prequels, which I'm fine with the prequels. Everything in the prequels, you know, with CGI background. This looks completely different because it's all real. It looks amazing. You actually felt like you were on a desert planet again, like you did when we all watched A New Hope. We were on Tatooine. We thought we were on a desert planet. And finally, I did get a chance to see this opening night first showing in 3D. The 3D effects are amazing. If you had got a chance to see Star Trek Into Darkness in 3D, it's pretty much the same type of 3D that was in that film. J.J. Abrams knows how to make the 3D stand out and how to make the foreground really seem like there's a lot of depth to it. The effect worked amazing in this film, and there's parts of this film that really uses the 3D technology, and it just looks amazing. So if you have the chance, go see this movie in 3D. I fully recommend it. Of course, if you're going to be one of those people that sees it in IMAX, you'll see it anyway, and you'll see it in the true 3D form. So anyway, definitely see this in 3D if you have the chance. Now finally, I want to say this movie is not perfect whatsoever. Like, no Star Wars film is perfect. None whatsoever. Every Star Wars film is a great movie with flaws in it. Of course, some movies have more flaws than others, but generally, they're all great movies with flaws. This is also another movie with flaws. Of course, the greatness overtakes those flaws, but there was some things in the film I did just not agree with some. But again, the greatness took the flaws by a long shot. So I don't want you all to think, oh, he's just a big Star Wars fan. He's just gonna give it the highest rating and not say anything. There's no problems with him. Not at all. There are problems, some problems with the film that I did not agree with really. But who knows? Maybe that'll be explained in the next movie. I don't know. There's just some things I just didn't set right with me. So anyway, again, there are flaws in this movie, but again, the greatness, the nostalgic greatness, the way it was shot, the cinematography, the visual effects by Industrial Lights and Magic, everything overtook those flaws for me. And that's why, guys, I'm saying Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens is freaking awesome. Go see this movie as soon as possible. I was in a theater opening night, first showing, and it was packed. I mean, packed. the crowd cheered when that Lucasfilm logo popped up and the opening crawl showed up, and the Millennium Falcon first showed up, and Han Solo and Chewie first showed up. It was just great. Everyone was just cheering, having a great time. It was a great experience. It was just a great Star Wars experience. I was just happy to be there, to be part of it. So anyway, guys, that is all. Tell me, have you guys seen Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens yet? Have you not? If you have, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you are going to go see it, let me know what format you're going to see it. Are you going to go see it in 2D, 3D, IMAX 3D, XD? XD, that is a format, XD. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And of course, as always, bringing you guys into the world of entertainment, I'm Kolton. If you like this video, be sure to smack that like button. And be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all the good shebang. All my links are in the description below. And of course, as always, if you want to see more, click right here to see more. And I'll hold you guys next time. Go see Star Wars.
Oh snap.